Today we are in Antigua, a beautiful colonial city in the central highlands of Guatemala. The city used to be the capital many, many years ago, between 1543 and 1773. At that point, there was a massive earthquake and it destroyed a lot of the city. Because of that, the Spanish crown, who was ruling at the time, decided to move the city 25 miles east to Guatemala City. They also ordered that Antigua be abandoned. And because of that, most of the city and most of the ruins did not get rebuilt, which is an advantage to us today because now we can explore the city and see those ruins as they were hundreds of years right after that earthquake. Hi, I'm David. Rob is behind the camera. We are 10 degrees warmer, and welcome to the channel. Along with all the ruins, there's tons of beautiful Baroque architecture. And in 1979, the city was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Another thing I love about the city is it feels so much smaller than some of the other big cities we've been to. In fact, Guatemala City has, I think it's the largest city in Central America with about 3 million people. Here there's only 45,000 people. It feels much more relaxed and small town. We really love this city. We're going to take you on a tour and we're going to show you some of our favorite sites.
So getting here from Guatemala City is pretty straightforward. We flew into the airport in Guatemala City. Right outside of the terminal, we were able to call an Uber, and an Uber took us right here. It's only about 25 miles away, but because of traffic, it can take you a while. Be prepared. I think it took us almost an hour and a half to get here, and then the Uber cost us about $47 US.
As far as weather, it's great weather all year round. It's about 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit most of the year. Their rainy season is in the Northern Hemisphere summer, so be ready for that. And another thing to pay attention to are the cobblestones. Be ready with good shoes because they are everywhere. The sidewalks are a bit uneven. Walking across the streets, you can lose your footing, so really pay attention to that.
It can definitely be a bit of an obstacle course, but definitely worth it. So right behind me is probably where you're going to want to start your tour of Antigua. This is the Plaza Mayor or Parque Central. It's always very busy, lots of tourists, lots of locals, lots of vendors selling treats and clothes and walking tours. In the center of the square is this beautiful fountain. This is the Fuente de las Sirenas, or the Fountain of the Sirens. It was built in 1738, but has been completely restored since then. One little detail that I just found interesting is that the original architect wanted to include dolphins in his design, but wasn't quite sure what dolphins looked like. So instead he used water buffalo. The water buffalo lie pretty much below the water line, so you can't see them, but the women are sitting on them. But if you come on a weekday, sometimes they will drain the fountain so that they can clean it and do maintenance, and you can get a better look. But it's just kind of a fun little tidbit. So behind me over here is the Palacio de los Capitanes Generales. This is a beautiful 16th century building, and with all those arches, it makes for some great pictures. It houses some tourism and governmental offices today. And then behind you is a very iconic cathedral here in Antigua. The cathedral was significantly damaged by the earthquake in 1773, and most of it is still in ruin. But the front part on the square here has been restored. It is a very active place of worship, and it's just a beautiful facade you're going to want to take a look at. But next, we're going to go around to the back and look at the ruins. So probably the most popular thing to do while you're in Antigua is to visit the ruins. So we're here right around the corner from the main square at the ruins behind the main cathedral. It cost 20 quetzales to get in, which is about $3 US, and totally worth it. The ruins are just incredible. The ceilings are all missing, so it's just these tall, beautiful arches. You're gonna walk through here and just take photo after photo after photo because every view is more beautiful than the last. There's even a crypt that you can go down into. We spent probably about a half hour at this one. We'll probably go to some more on this tour today, but definitely a place you're not gonna wanna miss.
This is Merced Church. It's one of the prettiest churches you will ever see. We come over here every once in a while just to stare at it. There are a lot of vendors over this way on the sidewalk doing food and crafts. There's also a ruined section of the church that you can go in and visit. Also, It's open Monday through Friday, but for some reason it is Thursday. It's not open today. We're not quite sure why, but there's a massive fountain in there. It used to be one of the biggest fountains ever, and I think that'd be pretty cool to see.
So depending on what you're interested in, this might be another place you want to come. We have the San Francisco Church right here, which is a big working cathedral, very popular with the locals for actually going to services here. But then next to it is the ruins of an old convent, and it is a really fun one to walk around. There is a small museum, but mostly you just kind of get to wander around. There are a few signs around. Most of them are in Spanish, but there's a couple things in English to kind of explain, but you just kind of get to wander through and see what things used to look like. And we took a lot of pictures and a lot of video because it's just a really cool place to walk around. We really enjoyed it. It did cost 40 quetzales to get in, which is about $5 US. We definitely thought it was worth it.
Welcome to the public laundromat, or what was the public laundromat many, many years ago. These different stations you see here were used to wash laundry by the people of the town. Everyone would come here and gather together. It must have been a very festive atmosphere when everyone was working. I also love this square. If you look out this way, it is a small square, but it is very active. There are always lots of people here with a pretty little yellow church down at the end. One of my favorite places.
So here we are at probably the most iconic photo spot in all of Antigua, the Santa Carolina Arch. The arch dates back to the 1600s. There was a convent with a group of cloistered nuns, and they ran a school that was across the street. And to get back and forth between the two, since they were cloistered, they couldn't be seen by the general public, they constructed this bridge for them to get across. Since then, they've added a clock on the top of the arch. We did hear that this clock has to be wound by hand every 3 days, which is kind of interesting. But it's a great little place to come. There's lots of shops and vendors selling trinkets and snacks, and then lots of tourists and locals alike all getting pictures of the Volcano Agua, which is right behind us. It's just a great place. You're going to definitely want to come here and get some pictures. If you're enjoying this video and would like to support our channel, the best way you can do that is to hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more content planned and on the way, so you want to make sure you don't miss out.
Okay, we are a little bit sweaty because we have just walked up the hill to Cerro de la Cruz. Just look at the view. You can see the entire old city, this cross, which was put up in 1930s, and the volcano behind us. Just spectacular. This hill you can get to by car also. The road goes right up to the very top, and at the very top of the hill there's another statue of a saint on a horse that I think it's the patron saint of Spain that was gifted to the city back in the 70s. 10 years ago when we were here, people said it wasn't that safe to climb up the hill. Well, last year they renovated the entire area here. It's terrific. There's vendors, there's people passing through all the time. Even when we're here at 6 a.m., there are children passing through on their way to school. So it feels very safe. I wouldn't come after dark, but this is worth every step.
Right across from the arch is this little craft market. Now there are a lot of markets in town. There's the main one, there's little artisanal markets, but at most of those places you're going to be expected to haggle on price. If you are uncomfortable with that, this might be the place to come because everything has a price tag on it. So you're probably going to pay a little bit more than you might if you're a good haggler. But if that makes you uncomfortable, this might be a good place to come. They've got everything here from fabrics and clothes. They've got tchotchkes and figurines. They got these masks behind me. They've got some artwork. It's just kind of a great place to, look around, very low pressure because no one's hovering over you because it's just a regular store, and a great place to look around. So you might want to come check it out.
Okay, let's talk volcanoes. Guatemala has 37 volcanoes. That's a ton of volcanoes in a fairly small country. The ones that you can see from Antigua are right over here. You have Hobbitenango, which is the one people take tours to. They climb to the top, mostly to look at other volcanoes. Right next to it is Fuego. Fuego is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. It's currently erupting right now. It spews ash up into the air about 4 to 9 times every hour. And then on our other side, we have Agua. It is the centerpiece of Antigua. It's absolutely gorgeous. It looms over the city and you can see it from almost anywhere.
So if you'd like to come for a kind of a traditional local almuerzo or lunch, one good place to come is right behind me. This is the Rincón Antigüeño. This is a great little restaurant. They've got a big wood stove that cooks chickens, and you can kind of watch the process. They do have other things on the menu, but we all stuck with the chicken because it was looked delicious, and it actually was delicious. It comes with potatoes and a salad. It comes with a whole bunch of fresh corn tortillas that they are cooking right inside the front door. And then you get a juice of the day. Today we had some lemonade. Last week we came here and we had a pineapple juice, and it's free refills on the juice, which is nice. You don't always get that. The whole meal is about 40 quetzales. It's a set lunch, and that's about $5 US, a little less, maybe 450. Definitely worth it. It's a fun atmosphere. One thing I will say is that the word is out on this place. It gets very popular. We tend to eat early in the day, 11:30, 12. And so we didn't have any problems, but if you come on a weekend or if you come later in the afternoon, just be prepared that there could be a line out the door. If that's the case and you don't want to wait, right across the street is another local place. It doesn't have the attention that the other one does, but we went there one afternoon and it was just as good, maybe not as cute of a place, but we really enjoyed it. So either way, you're going to get a good local lunch for a good price. Definitely check it out while you're here.
Right behind me is La Concepcion, a great little restaurant that serves local food, things like pepián and pollo asado and plenty of other stuff. Meals are around 40 quetzales each, so not too expensive. It's a little bit out of town. In fact, it's right on the edge of town. Heading out this road goes towards Guatemala City. Rob loved the vegetables, so we highly recommend this place.
So David and I are not foodies. We tend to think of food as fuel and less as entertainment. But every once in a while, we do like to splurge, and we did so this time with really great results. So I'm standing in the Santo Domingo Hotel. It's a pretty fancy hotel that was built out of the ruins of an old seminary. Definitely worthwhile just to come and take a look. The grounds are beautiful. You can walk around. They do have a museum that you can go through. But I'm here to tell you about the restaurant. So we went to the restaurant and everything we ate was amazing. It's a little more pricey than at some of the other places you might eat at. A hamburger is going to start at like $15 and it goes up from there. But everything we ate was amazing. I had a pepper encrusted chicken that came with a puree of butternut squash and pineapple that was just delectable. Like, the entire meal was amazing. We had a really good time. So if you are looking for that little bit of a splurge here in Antigua, this is definitely a place you might want to check out.
Right now we are up at Santo Domingo del Cerro. It's a beautiful cultural park right up on a big hill next to Antigua. It's a big open area with lots of sculptures and galleries featuring a lot of Guatemalan artists. Mostly this guy right here, Efren Ricinos. You'll see tons of his work and it's really cool. Also up on the hill, there is a restaurant that you might want to go to. It has views of all the volcanoes and a great buffet on Sunday mornings. It's a little tough to get up here. The hill is long and steep. We've walked it a couple times, so it's possible, but you'll probably want to take an Uber to get up here.
So if someone asked me where I would go to see a hobbit town, I would have said New Zealand. But as it turns out, there is one right here in Antigua, Guatemala. Who knew? It is about 5 miles from town. You can take a taxi here, although we did hear some of the taxis don't like to come here and will try and charge you extra. It's a really narrow, steep road. But they have an office in town and there's a shuttle you can get. It costs 50 quetzales, which is, I don't know, about $6 per person for a round trip shuttle. So not too bad. Once you get here, admission is 45 quetzales, so another $4 or $5 there. And then once you're here, everything is free. There's activities. They've got lots of places to take pictures. They've got a swing. They've got a big goblin hand or troll hand, I guess, that you can take pictures on. One recommendation is to get here early. It is amazing. We are pretty high up and there are some amazing views. We've got 3 volcanoes in the background. It is gorgeous. As the day goes on, the clouds kind of come in, and at this point it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I can't even see any of the volcanoes. They're all completely covered by clouds. But when we got here at 8:30, we had some really great views. So get here early is my recommendation if you want to get good pictures. They've also got like some mini golf. You can throw some axes. We did some cornhole. You can do some archery. So there's just little fun things like that to do, but mostly you just kind of wander around. They've got these little hobbit huts that are pretty nicely decorated. You can get some food up here and eat in one of these. They do have a few rooms if you want to stay here. We didn't really look into that, but they do have a few rooms up here. One recommendation is we decided to come for lunch, and you never really know what to expect at these kind of touristy places, what the food is going to be like. They often tend to be very underwhelming and overpriced, but I have to say the restaurant here was excellent. My mom got a plate of nachos for, it was 100 quetzales, so it was probably about $11, and it was massive and delicious. Like that could have fed at least 2 people just by itself. We got some burgers that were also very big, very good. They have an extensive drink menu with like some Lord of the Rings inspired cocktails. We didn't get any in the afternoon, but if you wanted to do that, they've definitely got the options. And it's really just a fun place. There's somebody dressed up like Gandalf. There's lots of cute little puppies running around. Not a place to spend a whole day, but if you wanted to come up for a couple of hours, I think it's definitely a place you might want to check out.
Thank you for joining us on this tour of Antigua, Guatemala. We really love the city and we think you might too.
We've been here a month now. We're leaving today. I'm kind of sad about it, but it is just a great place. One of the things that we really love so much about it is how warm and welcoming the locals are. Everywhere we walk, we get lots of smiles. Everybody, is buen dia and buenas tardes. When they get up and leave a restaurant we're in, they'll stop at our table and say, buen provecho. And it's just, they're very open and just a warm, friendly people. It makes it very welcoming and a good place to be. One thing I did want to mention, just to take me seriously and be very careful about the cobblestones. The streets can be very unwieldy sometimes, especially in the dark. We had one night just a couple of days ago where all 3 of us tripped and my mom actually fell over and hit her head. There was blood. It was a whole incident. She's totally fine and everything's okay, but just to be cautious, especially in the dark, walking on those sidewalks because they're very uneven. But even with that, consideration, this is a great place. I think you're going to love it. Thank you for being here with us, and we release a new video every Sunday. We will see you next week.
It has galleries and open spaces with lots of sculptures. Sculptures? What's a sculpture? Hi, I'm Rob. And open air areas, open air.